In Forbach yesterday after a 12-hour drive from Malmo to Forbach, France, and today heading back to Milan for the last leg of this tour. We have a few concerts in Italy and then the last two in Switzerland, so another 7-hour drive today. But life is good. Northern Europe went incredible, just incredible. I'm still gliding from the enthusiasm and the reception and the experiences, and just can't wait for this next leg. Benji will come in tomorrow and we play in Biella Jazz Club. Is one of the oldest jazz clubs in Italy that has hosted legends like Keith Jarrett and Chet Baker, so it'll be our second time there. Incredible honor, beautiful venue, and just can't wait. Biella. So back here in Milan with Benji here, it's a bit of a disaster in the apartment, but a day off. One concert got cancelled here in Milan. Unfortunate stuff happens, but we will gladly take the day off, get some rest, and then head to Switzerland for the last two concerts. Yeah, the last two in Switzerland. It's been great. We're exhausted, but we are also extremely happy. And today we'll just have some fun. little over 10 days later at the same exact pit stop here in Switzerland. Heading up for our last two concerts of this little tour. Play at Salzhaus Brugg tonight and Kulturscheune Liestal tomorrow night. It'll be amazing. I know these two venues, we've played there before. Great venues, great energy, great audiences. So we just definitely want to finish up with a bang. And it's a little bit bittersweet because I was talking with Benji earlier, and after this we have quite a bit of time before we see each other and play again. So unfortunately it's a lot of ups and downs and on and off periods, but we still want to enjoy these last couple of days.
Napoli. Buonasera, signorina. Buonasera. Ho pensato su Facebook.
A little bit after midnight here in my room in Brugg for our concert at the Salzhaus. Wow, I feel very tired. We're starting to really feel it. The fatigue of all the travel and the adrenaline, the lack of sleep because of the adrenaline. But it is just so cool to play for audiences that really, that really seem to appreciate so much. We got asked for 2 encores and sold a bunch of CDs. Haven't counted them yet, but yeah, sometimes I really wish that life was like this every day, although we wouldn't be able to really, because we would need our rest. But it's just such a beautiful reward to be able to play for real audiences and share our music with people that really seem to appreciate it. It's an immense blessing. Tomorrow is our very last concert in Kulturscheune Liestal. We've played there also 2 or 3 years ago. Incredible venue. I'm already there. I know people are going to be expecting us favorably, as we had a great concert the first time, and really cool, not a big venue, but a beautiful venue with like 2 stories. And unfortunately it's our last one, but it's also fortunately in a way, because then we'll definitely get to rest. But this is just an absolute blast.
Ça, c'est à l'école Brill.
Mais non, c'est pas l'école de Brill, c'est juste une école normale.
Non, dans l'hiver,
Quand je sais pas, tu t'habilles, mon frère, tu mets 1000 t-shirts, 1000 pulls, 1000 vestes. Et le soir, tu me dis j'ai un rhume. C'est bizarre, non?
dans l'hiver, c'est pas mon cas.
So here it is, the very last concert in Liestal at the Kulturscheune. It. Last show here. I would wish it would never end, but we are also exhausted. We can't wait to also get some sleep. Just dropped off Tonino and now heading home. Wow, what an adventure. I'll be home in about 10 minutes and I think I'll sleep for 2 days straight. No, I'm kidding, because that's always what I say, but then that never really happens. But it feels like that right now. So I finally woke up today to a sunny day. Amazing, warm. I'm just emptying up the car of the last few garbage items here, and you know, really so many mixed feelings when it comes to coming home from a tour like this. For 2 weeks straight, you're playing, traveling, and meeting so many people and playing for some incredible venues. Hard to even really put in words. The emotions, the excitement, the camaraderie, you know, the teamwork really with the boys. I just got off the phone actually, you know, we did one last little WhatsApp group call. And we already miss each other, but of course we couldn't wait to get home as well. It's great to be back here in my little home, my courtyard. I'm putting my stuff away and finally gonna eat some homemade food, although we were treated amazing. So as mentioned at the beginning of the first episode, I want to know what you think based on what you've seen so far, or on your own experience, or what you've heard about touring. Do you think that touring is worthwhile in 2025? I'm going to still give you my pros and my cons, but I still want to hear what you have to say. I'm going to start with the pros. So number one is the experience. For me, the experience of touring is not something that I can really put in words. It's a really special bond that you create with your bandmates. It's a really special bond that you create over time with your audiences. And it's nothing that can be replicated, from home or in studio or anything like that. So for me, touring remains an absolute unique and beautiful experience that is just really unexplainable, really, in words. Number two, you see places that you probably wouldn't see otherwise. Touring gives anyone the chance to see places that really, many of them, likely one would not see at all. And I think of Hamstad, I've been to Brazil, Colombia, Israel even, just countries that I probably, or at least it would have been a lot harder to find the opportunity to go visit them without the excuse of touring. I mean, this time Oslo was our second time there. Last time we had a little more time and we actually got to see people swim in the ocean with the diving in the ice and then jumping in the sauna right after. I mean, things like that are just experiences that you just hold on to and remember forever because they're so unique. It's really thrilling to have the opportunity to see parts of the world that you would likely otherwise not have a chance to see. Along the same token, number three, to meet people that you probably otherwise would never meet. Touring gives you the chance to really play for audiences that are interested in the music, that are interested in your music, and it's usually an amazing environment that you create during tours and during concerts where people really want to meet you and they're very, very happy to meet you, and that's just a wonderful experience. It's just a wonderful feeling, and sometimes you create bonds that last forever and memories, and that's a huge pro for me. Number four, you sell CDs. These obsolete objects called CDs, it's very hard to sell them nowadays online, and really playing live is the only opportunity you really get to sell any kind of merchandise, but particularly albums. I don't know how long that's going to last, but so far, our CD sales on tours are really good. So that's definitely another pro. Number five is improvement in your musicianship. There is nothing in my experience that improves your musicianship more than playing consecutive concerts night after night in different venues, in different environments, in front of different audiences. Playing in the studio is a different kind of musicianship that you develop, equally important. But when you play it live and share it live with an audience, it's just something that is incredibly unique and incredibly powerful and really develops all your musical muscles. Number six, last but not least, financial. Now, at the beginning of this tour, I was actually planning to share my financials, but then after conferring with my bandmates, we agreed that it was probably not absolutely the best idea. But I can tell you this, I've been touring now for a little over 10 years. Not to brag, but I've never lost money on tour. My formula is simple. I just look at the fees, I estimate the costs, I multiply them by 2, and if I still am on top with the margin, then I go for the tour. And so far that formula has worked quite well for me. It helps, of course, to tour with a band that is a trio that doesn't play with drums and piano. Logistically, it's obviously a lot simpler for us. But either way, I think it's very feasible to tour and, first of all, not lose money, but also, as we were this time, comfortably above the expense line. So you don't have to lose money on tour. I mean, it happens, but if you just kind of plan correctly, there's no reason why that should happen. Okay, now for the cons. So, my number one is when you tour, you're in a bubble. You're really in a time and space bubble where your energy and all your intention is so focused on all the tasks, from traveling to rehearsing to sound check to logistics, that really, I mean, World War III could explode, and unless somebody told you, you wouldn't know. At least that's how it is for me. You're just like in a separate time and space. While that can be good, it can be a bit strange to be completely separated from your everyday life, completely separated from your close ones, and be living in this bubble, which is sort of surreal. Number two, as a result of that, not everyone's built for it. I mean, I know a lot of musicians that are incredible musicians, but they just don't have the makeup, whether physical or mental, to really deal with being on the road for a while and having to deal with so much, let's just call it adversity, or enough novelty to really put your world upside down. I think it takes a special breed of musician to really be able to function while on tour and maintain, the proper outlook and the proper energy and intention. But I know many musicians that have a really hard time doing it, and as a result don't do it. And rightfully so, there's nothing wrong with that. Number three, ever-changing circumstances. It's incredible. You can play one day for a packed theater, 300 people cheering you on. The next day you're driving 12 hours and or you're in some train or station or airport completely alone. Situations change, and one has to develop total adaptability to ever-changing circumstances. So unless you can deal with these completely changing scenarios happening one day to the next, sometimes in the same exact day, then touring will be a problem for you. Number four, insane travel schedules. I mean, even on this tour, 2 or 3 times we traveled 7-8 hours and then had to play our concerts after that, and it's truly challenging. So unless you're really prepared for very long travel and you're accustomed to playing, that's another thing. Playing your concert has to be the easiest part of the day. You have to get yourself to that place where playing a 2-hour, hour and a half concert is like, the easy part of the day, because everything else is going to be just as important and just as taxing, if not more. Travel, the logistics, time, schedules and everything. Number 5, food is complicated on tour. Oh boy, let me tell you, I'm somebody who has a relatively strict dietary habits. A lot of those have to go out of the window at times. You don't always have the ability to really plan and really eat what you would prefer to. So over time, it's really important to learn how to schedule when possible, or to plan in advance what you're going to eat. But not always is that possible, and you have to really be flexible with it. And last but not least, the highs and the lows. Once again, touring is really nothing more than a roller coaster. So emotionally and physically, for example, I don't really get to sleep. I already don't sleep that much as it is, but on tour even less. The adrenaline is always keeping me up, and so I really have to learn how to deal with the highs and the lows, and not let the highs get to me and not get pulled down so much by the lows. Try to stay even keel and not get too excited when things are really, really exciting, but not also get down when things become a bit slow and tough. So those are my pros and cons about touring. Now I want to know what you think. In 2025, is it still worth touring, do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm very curious to hear them. And once again, I really want to thank anyone and everyone who has followed us. If you've watched the video till now, and if you followed us on tour, and of course, a huge thanks to all of you who came to our shows, actually, and it was great to see everyone. And I really definitely hope to see you in the future soon, because I love touring, and I think that I will keep on doing it for as long as I physically and mentally am capable of. All the very best in 2025, and see you on a new video soon.
Thank